Okay, well, we're well and truly through the important parts of the build of the game, and what we're going to look at now is just a little bit of showing off. At the moment, when we get to the end of the game, it just stops, but let's make it just look a little bit more impressive. So let's take the stop all off and dump it out of the way, and we're going to begin by switching to a different background. And we're not going to use the splash or we're just going to use backdrop 1, which is a blank background, so nothing will appear there. And we're going to do a little bit here that will allow students to show decision making. So to do that, we're going to use some if statements. So we're going to say an if else. So if, and we're going to use something called an operator here, if the score is greater than a particular number. So to get score, we just come and drag that in there. If score is less than 5, we want to say that it was a terrible score. So we will say that. And we might say something like, that's a terrible score. Click S to play again. And I realise that's gone off the screen, but that's okay. So that's what it says there. That's a terrible score. Click S to play again, and I suppose I should get my punctuation correct, so that people playing the game know what's happening. Alright, so if it's less than 5, we're going to say that's terrible. We also want to say another if else. We're going to say if it's that, else if our score is, in this case, greater than 10, so our score is greater than 10, then we want to say that's an okay score. So I might just grab that and duplicate that, and instead of saying terrible score, we'll say that's an okay score. Otherwise, we want to say it's an excellent score. So anything above 10, we're going to say is an excellent score. Okay, so we've just added in some decision making here just to finish off the game and make it look more interesting. So let's check that it works. Let's begin. So let's get a terrible score. We want a score that's less than 10. Well, I think we're going pretty close to being less than 5. Whoops, went and crashed, got sent back. So another thing we could add to the game by sending people back, part of the scoring system could be timing, which would make the sending back a terrible thing. Alright, so that was a terrible score. Now that didn't stay there for long enough before it reset all of that. So what we might need to do is, I'm just going to drag this over so we can see it. Let's make that for a little bit longer. Let's make that for 10 seconds so that it gives us time to read that, and that would allow us to press S and restart the game again. What we could also probably do is after it's done that for 10 seconds, we should probably send it back to the backdrop splash, just in case people walk away from the game, and then the splash will have the information that you need to begin the game again. So these are just little things that you tidy up as you go. You will find little issues along the way. Let's see if we can get a much better score. Let's see if we can get a high score, and we should get an excellent if we can manage to get a high score. So we're above 10 at the moment. That's an excellent score. Press S to play again. Okay, so that's going to sit there saying that. If we leave it go for about 10 seconds, hopefully it drops back here, and we should then be able to press S to begin the game again. So we've managed to make our game look interesting and functional and work as a game. So that's what we're looking for. Hopefully you'll get some great results with your class. Bye.